there, and welcome to the Liverpool versus Manchester City preview. Probably one of the biggest games of our current season as it stands. But let's also remember that whatever happens on Sunday, we will go into the next international break top of the league, regardless of whether it's a win, a draw, or a loss. Hopefully it's not the latter. Definitely hope it's not the latter. Hopefully it's not the middle, and hopefully we can go and get the victory. But let me know what your thoughts are ahead of the game as well. Apparently Manchester City are going to be carrying some injuries, so I'm going to go through those as well with all the stuff that I've got on, like an app that I use for some football stuff as well. But yeah, let me know what your thoughts are ahead of this game. Are you concerned? Are you worried? Are you nervous? Are you confident? Let me know it all in the comments below. And the important one, let me know what you think the starting lineup will be for Liverpool. Now, let's get straight into this. I want to go and have a look at Manchester City's injuries. Now, ours are most notably Joel Matip. Obviously, we're going to miss Joel Matip for a little bit longer, but hopefully not too long, and maybe he might come back after the international break. I don't think he features for his country, Cameroon, I believe it is. Shaqiri, injured, but is rumoured to be coming back in November as well. And Nathaniel Clyne is on our list. Cool. Sorry, Klein, I did sort of forget about you. Not on purpose and not to be disrespectful, I just kind of forgot. Now, looking at this one, David Silva is injured, muscle injury. Sergio Aguero, unknown sort of injury. Obviously, Leroy Sané, long term. Laporte won't be coming back till New Year. Zinchenko has got a knee injury, so that's probably going to be Ben Mendy at left back or something like that. And Ederson went off in the Champions League last night. So Ederson went off, which for me signals everything like sort of similar to what happened with David De Gea at Man United previous to Liverpool coming and playing against Manchester United, and them saying that all week he's not going to be fit, he's not going to be playing. And what happened? David De Gea started for Manchester United. And I expect the exact same thing here. Everyone thinking that we're just going to be coming up against Claudio Bravo or something like that. Claudio Bravo is a good shot stopper. He really just doesn't have the distribution of Ederson. He's not the goalkeeper that, Ederson is, but he's not like some untested goalkeeper. He was Barcelona's number one for a fair few years. Maybe not as many years as I think it is. Anyway, now what I've tried to look at here is how I think possibly Manchester City are going to set up. I believe we're going to set up exactly the same as we always do and go play our game. We're at Anfield. Anfield will be electric. Anfield will be absolutely buzzing. And they'll have a great atmosphere for our players to play in front of. And I think we'll just go and play our game and try and play on the front foot, put that pressure on, and just keep on going. And I'll go through a little bit, one lineup change that I expect to see. But I want to have a look at Man City first. Obviously, I've actually wrote it down in front of me. I'm going to be looking at it here. I think it'll be Claudio Bravo in goal, and I'll tell you why I think it's going to be this sort of lineup, especially at the back. They've been playing Fernandinho as a centre-back. I don't think you're going to see that this time. I really don't. I think they're going to want to put Fernandinho into midfield. Obviously, they're missing, David Silva, who, again, he's not going to contribute to this part of the game, but they're going to want to put Fernandinho into midfield. They don't want Fernandinho committing tactical fouls on Salah, Firmino, Mane around the box. They don't want that happening because of the risk of giving away penalties now, especially with VAR, and VAR just being like, boom, what? This is the decision that we're getting now. So you're just going to have to live with it. VAR is what it is right now. No one knows what's going to happen. It's basically just get a hat, pick whatever the result is out of it and read it out and say, right, that's it, lads. Fair play. They're going to want to have Fernandinho into the midfield where he can commit tactical fouls and pretty much just get away with it for most of the game, maybe pick up a yellow card. That's what they're going to want to do. They're going to want to get him in and amongst the likes of Fabinho and whoever else is going to be with him. I'll go on to who I think it will be in just a couple of minutes. I personally think the way that they're going to want to try and shut down our delivery. Most of our delivery, which is different to everybody else's in the league, it comes from Andy Robertson and Trent Alexander-Arnold. It comes from the full-backs, right back, left back, whatever, wing backs, whatever you want to call them. We essentially play a wing back system with two centre backs. And hey, it's working so far. Let's just say that. So they're going to want to try and shut that down. Now, if they've got Mendy on the left-hand side and he'll be taking on, let me try and get my things right here. So he'll be taking on Trent and Salah. And then on the right-hand side, for them, I think they'll have Cancelo, who will be trying to deal with Sadio Mane and Andy Robertson. What that means is, you're probably thinking, well, where's Kyle Walker? Kyle Walker will probably, I would say, tactically, not that I'm like a tactical genius or anything like that, you'd probably put Stones and Walker as centre-backs. Why? Because Kyle Walker is most definitely, in my opinion, probably a better defender than Fernandinho, and he's got boatloads more pace. Now, there's less of a chance of them getting caught on a counter-attack, and if they do get caught and we get in behind with like Mane or Salah, he's got blistering recovery pace. So he'd be able to get back and maybe, mop up some sort of whatever could happen, take the ball back off Mane or make a challenge, make it difficult. That is my thinking behind what you could possibly see against Man City. You could again, totally, you could absolutely see Fernandinho in as a centre-back. And I'm not saying he would do a bad job, it's just those tactical fouls that he seems to be the master of with this team. You'd probably want them in midfield if you were a City fan coming against Liverpool. That is my opinion. I think the rest of the City team will be, your De Bruyne's, Bernardo Silva, Sterling, Aguero, Gabriel Jesus, even though he missed a penalty midweek. Yeah, he's still going to be quality in front of goal. You know what Man City are going to do in every single game that they play. They're not going to come to Liverpool and be like, right lads, we're going to sit back. We're going to sit back in this one, soak up some pressure, and we're going to hit them on the counter. They are going to want to take the ball, have most of the ball, and ping it to everybody repeatedly, fast. It's going to be like ping pong. It's going to be like a friggin', what's the name? It's the thing with the paddles. My God, I can't actually remember what it was called. Oh my God, pinball. There we go. Pinball machine. It's going to be like that. It's going to be like a pinball machine. They're going to be wanting to pass it, get those balls out wide so they can whip them in low and have someone in the middle just to finish it in with a tap in. That is essentially what Man City are going to do. Or have someone on the edge of the box that can smash it in from distance. That's essentially what Man City are going to do. We have to find a way to shut that down as well and put our stamp on the game. And I think we can certainly put our own stamp on the game with the starting lineup that I will go with now. Alisson will obviously be in goal, definitely. Most like there's no question about it. He's coming back. He says himself he thinks he's getting nearer to 100%, which for the performances he's been putting on recently, he's actually doing pretty well if he's not 100%. That's really cool to hear. So he's going to be goalkeeper. It's got to be Andy Robertson, Virgil van Dijk. It will be Lovren. Probably won't be Gomez. I can't see it being Gomez on current form anyway. Trent Alexander-Arnold at right back, fantastic. And then into the midfield, which is where I want to see the one change. And this is no disrespect to one player I'm going to leave out. Fabinho will be in there. Gini Wijnaldum will be in there, in my opinion. And Oxlade-Chamberlain should be in there. I'm not saying he will be in there, but in my opinion, he should be in there. After what he's been doing over the last couple of weeks, his driving runs forward will be absolutely vital here, in my opinion. Now, you could flip this and people might turn around and say, well, it's either going to be, Henderson will have to be in there as captain, so someone else is going to have to miss out. You're not taking the lighthouse out. You're not taking Fabinho out. The only other person that could possibly be dropped out of there would be Gini Wijnaldum. Now, if we line up with Fabinho, Gini Wijnaldum and Jordan Henderson, I'm going to be a little bit deflated because we lose that running at their goal from midfield. All they then have to really worry about is stifling that creativity from our fullbacks, and then also making sure that we can't pass the ball in midfield to the front three, which will be Mane, Firmino and Salah. So I feel personally that Oxlade-Chamberlain will give you the best outlet from midfield, and then you can have guys like Wijnaldum and Fabinho almost holding, but maybe even sticking with a 4-3-3 shape, and they maybe spread themselves a little bit. Maybe you have if I'm going to use my hands, which I will do quite a bit, if you're going to have say a Gini Wijnaldum, a Fabinho, and then you have Oxlade-Chamberlain just a little bit further forward, almost like a Cam, but still doing that centre mid role where he's going to carry the ball forward, he will come back, help out with the defensive side of things as well, and also he's a threat outside the box. I've literally seen him score one goal inside the box, and it was almost pretty much on the tip of the box. He likes scoring outside the box. He's literally one of the only threats that we seem to have who is going to take it on from outside the box. And most of the time, recently, it's going in. So, that is another thing. If someone, he's done it against Man City a good couple of times. That's not the reason that I'm putting Oxlade-Chamberlain in there. I'm putting him in my starting lineup on merit. I think he offers more for this game than, say, having a Henderson, Gini and Fabinho sort of midfield. That would be a good midfield, don't get me wrong. And I'm certainly not saying, oh, Henderson's shit or Wijnaldum's shit or whatever. I am just saying Oxlade-Chamberlain and his energy and everything that he can bring to a game is needed in this game, in my opinion. I think it could be a difference maker. I'd be disappointed if it doesn't happen, but then he would be on the bench, so he could offer something later on in the game. But I think if we want to grab this game by the throat and show the literal footballing version of the Terminator that we are, we absolutely will not stop until we score, until we take control, until we win the game, and we'll do our best not to lose the game. That is literally what we are, and I think he would be fantastic in this game. I think he could do that. They would have a strong midfield. They've got a strong team, a strong style of play. But he could be that little thing that they don't know how to pick up. Like, where do you pick Oxlade-Chamberlain up? Do you stay with him in midfield, in centre mid? He's going to go into the attacking thirds. He's going to go into the defensive thirds as well. He's going to help out there. He's going to stay in the middle. He's going to be everywhere. That is what Oxlade-Chamberlain can give you. And then if he gets a bit knackered later on, bang, you've got a Naby Keita that can come on, do a similar sort of role, but with maybe more incisive passing, get to see more minutes from Naby Keita as well. This is just me thinking out loud now. I'm barely even gone like what I think prediction-wise, but I'm going hard on Oxlade-Chamberlain. I think he should be in this game, and I'd be hard pushed to see anyone disagree and give me a good reason why. And I'm not being bolshy with that one. That's literally my thoughts. I think he should be in there. Let me know what you think of that point in the comments below as well. See if you agree or disagree. And if you disagree, that's absolutely cool. No worries. Don't worry about it. It's absolutely fine. This is why we all have opinions. So, otherwise, I think generally, especially injury-wise, we seem to look like we're in a bit of a better place than Man City, but they've got depth on us so much. You know, I haven't even mentioned the likes of having like a Riyad Mahrez who could play this game as well if he's not injured. He's not on this list anyway. So yeah, they've got probably more options, stronger options than us, even with their injuries that they've got. So it's still going to be a really difficult game, really hard game, tough game. But it's a game that, like, I've called us 2-1 FC a couple of weeks ago, maybe, or it might even have been this week. I can't remember. I actually believe that this game will end 2-1 to either team. And I think that's how one of the games that we played last season, it might have been at the Etihad, I think that's how the game ended. I think we drew one of them and we lost the other one 2-1. And I think it's going to be a 2-1 victory to either side. I firmly believe that we will get it, Liverpool. I think it's one of those games. It's a tough game. You've got the two top teams in the league right now coming up against each other at a critical moment where it's going to be the international break, whatever happens to us. So what? I think we're 6 points clear right now. Whatever happens, we're going to go into the international break as league leaders, which is great, and it'll be great to say, even ahead of this game, a game of such magnitude that we can still say that, but it's still important to go out there, put on a good performance, and again, the two managers that are going to come up against each other in what will be a hell of a match, in my opinion. And I don't think it'll be a snooze fest at all. I really don't. So, I'm going for 2-1 Liverpool. I do believe that it could finish 2-1 either way. I don't see a draw, in my opinion. I think it's going to be won either way by either team. But let me know what you think in the comments below, if you please. Let me know your predictions, lineups, and all that business in the comments below. Thank you ever so much for watching this video. If you have enjoyed it, please do like it and subscribe if you're new around here. If we get enough subscribers, eventually I'll be able to go live again. I was able to go live last year at some point, and I'm now not allowed to for some reason. But yes, if we can get a couple more subscribers, or maybe even quite a few, that'd be quite cool. But regardless, you're still going to get videos anyway. Thank you once again. Anyway, get your thoughts in the comments below, and I will catch you later.